All right, we've got a new Angelhad. I don't actually know how to say her name all that well. It's been a while since I watched the show. But anyways, we're going to go over it really quickly. So if you want to skip ahead, completely understandable. This is technically the day she came out. I don't typically record the day they come out, but I got free time today, so we'll go over it really quickly and then we'll hop in. I did do a couple of test matches this morning. Just know the Escanor Fire Force teams are insane. So I've won a few, I've lost a few. I don't actually know what the best total overall strategy for this character is just yet, but obviously you have to have her in the front line and you have to have full 4 Knights team to really run her effectively, so that's what we're going to be doing. For each applicable ally participating in battle, their pierce rate increases by, their basic stats increase by 6%. God, I'm all over the place. And pierce rate increases by 40%. So that's a really big pierce rate increase for one. And then a nice basic stat increase. Increases the hero's skill ranks at the start of the battle, limit of once. This is kind of nice because she gets an AoE stance cancel at level 2, and you can use that to remove the barrier from Escanor's passive, which is actually kind of nice. Increases the hero's, I've already read that part, inflicts dazzle on human enemies for 2 turns at the start of the battle if all allies participating in the battle other than the hero are 4 Knights of the Apocalypse. So that's kind of a big deal. Dazzle is all stats minus 10%, defense minus 30%. So basically this character is just helping the 4 Knights team do more damage, which is nice. The hero's damage taken does not exceed 60% of max HP from skill used from a dazzled enemy during their turn. The only problem I have with this skill is that I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen it just yet, but I'm almost positive that if Escanor hits me with the single target, it's still going to kill through that because 60% damage cap is not real great at this point in the meta. But hopefully you can go first. I say that because the best backliner for this team right now is Varghese, and he does not have a lot of costumes, and his CC is not great, so that is a big hindrance in your CC. Plus, the enemy teams are going to be running Escanor and collab heroes that are all 70k plus CC. Obviously, we're going to be playing ungeared first, so they're not quite that high, but just saying in general, the CC of that team is quite high. Increases attack by 80% when an applicable ally uses skill on dazzled enemies. So this is just her attack increasing. I actually don't think this is that great considering that she's a really big support hero and her skills aren't really going to do a lot of damage. When the hero uses an all-target attack on a dazzled enemy in PvP, they are rendered defenseless, which is attacks after removing barrier buff. I've read this 100 times over. I don't understand why they decided to word it like this. Attacks after removing barrier buff. It basically just means that when you use that skill, it's going to remove the barrier around Escanor and the allies that have it as well. So if you go up against a Sins team that doesn't have the Fire Force characters, it's fantastic, actually. It's so good. It just removes the barrier or the buff straight away. You go for Escanor, you kill them, you're basically in the clear. If you're going up against the Fire Force Escanor teams, there's obviously the the problem of having to deal with the Fire Force characters after you kill Escanor, which is, can be a problem considering how good they are. The skills for the character are level 1 is a pierce single target, level 2 is a stun single target, or stun and pierce. You obviously get a level 2 to start the game with, but anything after turn 1, you're going to have to worry about that. Realistically, they're going to do so much damage to this team that she's probably not going to survive more than 1 turn from my experience so far. The AoE, I keep clicking the wrong skills. The AoE is a power strike card, and then at level 2, it is a remove stance skill as well. The fact that it's an AoE stance removal is actually kind of nice. There's not a whole lot of characters in the game that have AoE stance skills. The only other one that I can even think of right now is, I think, Gerard, and she's worthless. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. She has the same single target ultimate as the other Angelhad, so nothing new there. I don't know. She's a Valentine's Day character. It's kind of cool. At the same time, kind of whatever. I only got her 1/6. I did half a rotation for her. I'm not that worried about spending more gems because I went a little too hard on the collab, so I'm just going to save the rest of mine for whatever's next. apparently there's already leaks for the global anniversary banner, and apparently it's going to be a 7 catastrophes banner, which is kind of interesting. Maybe we'll get one of Sabnak's sisters, if they're even actually related, the 3 main bad girls. I don't know what to call them, actually. I think it's Sidri, and I never remember the other one's name. So this is the team that we're kind of going with. It's Varghese in the back line, and then we're running Angelhad, Lance, and Tristan. For whatever reason, when I was first putting the team together for this, I was like, I didn't remember that Tristan was even a character, and I was using Lance with Percival. Turns out that's not so good, so definitely recommend putting the Tristan on. I think we should hopefully be able to kill with this. I really like going for a single target onto Escanor first, if possible, so that way we can actually get the mark on him. That did not kill, actually, so Lance let me down there a little bit, unfortunately. So now we have to deal with Escanor, and we have to deal with homeboy over here, Shinra. So we're pretty much boned. we're actually kind of screwed. Dealing with Escanor and him at the same time is not good. These characters do not have a great way of surviving turns and stuff like that, like this team does. So the fact that I didn't kill there, I should have just used double Tristan card, I think, on Escanor to actually confirm a kill, or I could have used the sometimes it's better to just use the single target from Tristan there into an AoE from Lancelot to get the double damage off, just in case. That also makes a lot of sense. I can't even push for ultimate here, so there's no point in really doing much of anything, so we're basically screwed. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I mean, there's not really... He's going to do 1 damage to us at first, but realistically, we're not going to have a good time here. He removes the 1 damage thing. He's going to just obliterate me. I do have a 1 res here. This is... I don't have any ignites. I mean, realistically, I have no way of winning this, because they have 40% damage cap, and then Escanor has his passive on. So I played that dumb. That's on me. We'll oh no, we're in Champ 3 now. That's fine. I don't actually see me maining this team. I like 4 Knights. Don't get me wrong. I actually do like 4 Knights. I like Angelhad. I like the old Angelhad quite a bit. I liked the gimmick that she had with the single targets and everything like that. I think that we just need more, like, this Angelhad gives a lot of, like, attack increases, pierce rate increases, or it's not really attack, but it's pierce rate increases, stat increases in general. But we really need more surviving. Like, we need a way to actually live, which is a bit lacking with this setup, unfortunately. I don't have a good way to get to Escanor here, actually. I didn't even think about that. Every once in a while, so when I fought a... Oh, it's because these aren't humans. I was like, why didn't that remove Escanor's, or why didn't it remove these 2 characters' shields, but it's only for human allies? That actually makes that quite a bit worse. I don't know why they were like, hey, let's make this unit anti-humans. Like, you're already restricting this unit down to only being able to run with 4 Knights characters, which is, you know, there's a couple of decent 4 Knights characters, don't get me wrong, but that's a pretty big limitation as far as characters go, because, like, there's only like 5 or 6 4 Knights units that you can actually use in this game. So don't necessarily love that. Let's see. I mean, I guess technically we can get rid of... Of course he's got that. I think we should still hopefully be able to kill here. Problem is the AoE from Lance is pretty good. I don't have any stacks built up on him, though, so... Okay, that's actually really good for us, because that didn't re-up his buffs or anything. That was actually quite nice. Okay, that worked out for me. Angelhad's dead. We're going to move on, because there's no real point in showing the team without the character. So... I don't know. I kind of wish that Angelhad would have had a buff removal card as well, because it would have been nice for killing like hell backliners and stuff. But for the moment, I mean, this isn't too bad. So I don't know. Is this? It's actually part of the passive that deals double damage. So I guess technically we can get the double damage off, but the skill disable is going to be a little bit of an issue here. Should still hopefully be enough. Yeah, definitely enough, because that'll probably kill on its own, because Lance is just so strong. Okay, well, anyway, moving on. I was going to say earlier, before I went off on a tangent there, I would love to main a team like this. I love running, like, not super meta teams, but at the same time, for one, I really like Fire Force. And for two, the Fire Force characters are just so strong with Escanor that I think realistically, if you go first with them, you're most likely going to win. In this scenario, we can actually do quite well because we're in a scenario where he's running full humans, so we can remove the shield from the 2 sins. The AoE removes the stance from darkness. I genuinely think that this setup was just designed for taking down this team specifically. Anyway, I know the AoE is technically... I like using the AoE on turn 1 with Tristan better. I don't know if the Lancelot single target would have been better to use there. I don't know. There's just a couple of weird, like, letdowns with this team, unfortunately. So, I guess I just gotta either dial it in a little bit more or, you know, do my thing. I don't have AoEs, unfortunately, now that can remove the buff from Escanor. And I only have 1 level 2. So this will remove the stance from darkness. I suppose that's our best bet. Just do that, I guess. Because if, depending on how much damage this does, this will hit Escanor once. As long as this doesn't go for darkness, which it didn't, this will actually remove flames from... Actually, will it, because we killed him? It did not. Okay, I didn't think so. I was like, because we kill a character, I think it refreshes it. So that actually kind of falls through a little bit, unfortunately. Gother with the attack seal on Lance. I don't know. It's just, there's a couple of like weird quirks with like the meta right now in general that just make it really hard to justify using this. Like just because the meta is so vicious right now. Like Escanor is crazy. He's been crazy. Everybody's been complaining about how insane he is just from, you know, the New Year's banner in general. So it's not really a surprise. And yeah, the meta is just a little too harsh at the moment to really be able to deal with this. So I think she's got, yeah. So now we didn't even get through the shield on those two, which is crazy. We disabled ourselves and we didn't even kill darkness there, which is quite unfortunate. A little bit of a weird texture thing going on with the shadow on Gother there. I think I've seen that a little bit in the past. Kind of odd. Don't love that. Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of pitfalls, I think, with this unit just in the meta right now. I don't know if they're planning on releasing new Four Knights characters soon. Obviously, the story in the game right now is Four Knights centric. So it would be nice to get some more Four Knights characters. But if they're planning on doing whatchamacallit, you know, a 7 Catastrophes banner next, then that's not really going to help us out too much. I guess it's just really going to depend on what kind of like support those characters are going to use. But if it's, I would imagine it probably is going to be unknown team based if it's anything like Savnak was, maybe. So not sure. I don't know. It's just, like, obviously, I don't like it when they're like, hey, this banner is a must-have character for this team. The next banner is also going to be a must-have. There's been several, like, scenarios where they've been like, hey, here's a new festival character, and then the mid-festival banner is also a unit that you really need to have for the festival character to shine. Don't love that kind of stuff. But, you know, that happens sometimes. Is the AoE going to be better here? I genuinely don't know. We're going to get rid of the stance here. I actually didn't even remember that he had a stance cancel. Oh, come on, Tristan. You gotta help me out here, man. Boy. Damn, if we actually get this off, I'll be so surprised. This is obviously a bot, because who in the right mind lets Varghese live this long? This removes stances and buffs again. So, might as well. And then, single target, I guess. Hopefully that'll kill Escanor. I'm genuinely impressed that we've even let Varghese live this long. Yep. It's crazy that genuinely, like, you know, Tristan has surprisingly been overshadowed quite a bit since the most recent, like, few banners came out, so, you know, it is what it is. Is that gonna kill Tristan, or do we still have res? Okay, I guess that's nice. And of course we don't get any decent merges there. Very cool. His ultimate's gonna kill me regardless, so this is my last bet. Yeah, okay. Also, well, oh my god, it's actually weird seeing the regular arena. Like, genuinely, it's very strange seeing the regular arena in the game right now. He's gonna have does he not have mobility right now from Homegirl in the backline? We might be able to kill him. Who's your backliner? Yeah, who's your backliner? You're not running Homegirl. This is only going to be one extra stack, but I still hope that this is going to be enough to kill him outright. Oh yeah, should be. Pow, 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 pow. Nice. Okay, so that's him dealt with. Escanor in the backline? Strange. Then again, we're in Champ 3, so it's actually insane the differences between Champ 3 and Champ 2's metas. Just because Champ 2 is like where most like regular or like higher, I guess higher end players who like push into Champ 1 every single week are. So, and even then I'm gonna end up getting my ass whooped. Let's see. I wonder if it would be better to keep Tarmia Link on Tristan. Not actually sure on that. What does this even removes debuffs? Problem is we're gonna freeze ourselves here, but genuinely there's not really much else I can do here because I need to kill, but I didn't even make it through the shield on Bond there, which was really bad, and now we're boned. I don't know. This is even cementing it even more. This could genuinely be one of those times where I'm gonna put out this video and people are gonna be like, "You're a moron. You should have used this. This is the better team." Blah blah. I think I was literally gonna say something at the beginning of the video. I tried to use the light Percival this morning when I was trying the characters out. I really like that character for survival with the 4 Knights teams and stuff like that because of the fact that, you know, they gain HP back and stuff like that. But the problem is that Percival's like passive is a blue buff, and as soon as Escanor hits the field, he's just going to use his talent to just remove your buffs. So it literally shuts that down. Turn 1, there's nothing you can even do about it, and then you're screwed. So I don't know. Genuinely, I don't think this character has a good place in the meta right now. Maybe in some of the lower tier PvP brackets, she might be okay. We're going to do one more in hopes that I can win. But I don't know. We need a better backliner for one. I don't know. It's just like if you're running Gnossians right now, you know, you can get a couple of extra stats, and I like his heal card, but realistically, the other team, you know, is just going to do way too much damage. It's not going to matter. That stat buff is not going to be enough. And then even running something like this, like it just, I don't know, man. It's just not enough right now. So, let's see. I was doing this setup this morning. Okay, that actually is doing a little bit of damage. And, you know, it's a Power Strike card, so it's not bad. Oh, of course, he's got Tarmiel Link on, though, so we're not gonna... Oh, wait, did he? Why did he get HP back? Was it from Darkness, I assume? I guess. Yeah, and the unfortunate part is we don't have we don't have any buff removal here, so we just have to sit through hell, literally and figuratively. So yeah, this part sucks quite a bit. And then she's gonna get her ultimate, which is gonna refresh her retro, which is gonna be fantastic. So just, I don't know, man. You know, well, we could. I can't even push for Tristan's ultimate, unfortunately. I'll have to do it next turn. I don't know. I like her. She's cool. I like Valentine's Day units. They're cool. Or just seasonal units in general, really. But overall, I just don't think the meta is going to be forgiving enough for her and this team to really pull its weight, which is very unfortunate to say. So, I'm going to go ahead and move on and spare you the expense of having to watch this retro refresh for like three times in a row. And I will see you guys later. I don't know. If you have a different team that's actually better than this one, I genuinely don't know what it would be, because this seems like the best team that you could run with 4 Knights characters at the moment. I thought about running Green Percival in the back, but even that isn't going to work, because realistically it just gives you like 10% defense, which is just nothing. Like, it's not even going to make a huge difference. So, I don't know. And there's just not enough 4 Knights characters in the game. Not enough survival for this team in general. Falls flat a little bit, unfortunately. So, yeah, like I said, if you have another team, let me know. Genuinely interested if this, you know, character could shine somewhere. Not sure if there's a different game mode that she was maybe like more designed for. But most characters I feel like are kind of designed for PvP unless they're locked out of PvP. So yeah, see you guys later.